Money laundering, how it works and how it affects us. We're used to thinking that crimes happen out on the streets, but the most dangerous ones take place in the silence of bank accounts. Money has no smell, criminals say, but an investigator knows better. Sometimes that money carries the scent of blood, fear, and human despair. Every year, trillions of dollars move through money laundering systems. This is money earned through fear, violence, and human suffering. Our job is to find the critical trace hidden within billions. Today I'll show you, without protocols or paperwork, how billions of dollars disappear into a labyrinth of schemes. I'll explain everything. You may have noticed, in different countries, there are luxury boutiques selling extremely expensive clothing that continue operating for years despite having very few customers, or construction projects that go on even when no one is buying the apartments. Have you ever wondered why? This is not a business miracle. Most likely these are places where illegally earned money is being legalized. This is called money laundering, and today I'll tell you how this industry evolved, from cash bags hidden in Medellin, basements into an invisible economy that influences the world. Listen carefully, because this affects me, you, your family, and everyone you know. According to the UN and IMF, between 2% and 5% of global GDP is laundered every year. That's between $800 billion and $2 trillion annually. If this money were distributed among the world's population, each person would receive about $100, but instead we never see this money. In fact, it works against us. It raises the cost of living. Housing becomes more expensive, and less budget goes to hospitals and schools. Why is money laundered? The process has 3 stages. 1. Placement. Imagine you're part of a mafia. You sell drugs, engage in human trafficking, or take bribes. Now you have millions in dirty cash. You can't just buy a Ferrari or deposit it in a bank. It will raise suspicion. So your first task is to quietly introduce this money into the financial system. A common method is smurfing. You hire many people, give them small amounts of money, and they deposit it into different bank accounts, usually under $10,000 to avoid suspicion. Like sand slipping through cracks, the money enters the system unnoticed. 2. Layering. Now the money is inside the system but still traceable. So you move it around, transfer between banks, send to fake companies, move to offshore accounts, invest internationally. The goal is to create such a complex maze that no investigator can trace the origin. 3. Integration. Now the money looks clean. With fake documents and invoices, it appears legally earned. At this point, it can be used freely, but the consequences are real. Real estate prices rise, taxes are avoided, governments lose funding for public services. Where did it start? Meet Al Capone. In 1920s America, during Prohibition, he made millions from illegal alcohol, gambling, and prostitution. His problem? Too much dirty cash. So he bought laundromats, cash-heavy businesses. He mixed illegal money with legitimate earnings and reported it as business income. That's where the term money laundering comes from. But in 1931, he was arrested not for his crimes but for tax evasion. The evolution, Pablo Escobar. In the 1980s, Pablo Escobar controlled 80% of the global cocaine market. He earned $430 million per week, but he had a problem: too much cash. Money rotted in storage or was eaten by rats. So he invested in housing projects, construction companies, social programs. This made him look like a hero, but it was just integration. Smarter systems, Cali cartel. The Rodriguez Orejuela brothers took a more sophisticated approach. They used a pharmacy chain, fake sales, inflated receipts, bank loans repaid with dirty cash. The business appeared legitimate while laundering millions. Modern methods. Today, money laundering is even more advanced. Luxury boutiques with fake sales, offshore shell companies, real estate inflation, complex international schemes. Example, the Russian laundromat scheme moved around $80 billion using fake loans and corrupt courts. Even video games. Games like Counter-Strike and Fortnite have been used. Buying in-game items with dirty money, transferring between fake accounts, selling them for clean money. In 2019, Valve acknowledged this issue and introduced restrictions. The future, AI laundering. Smurfs may soon be replaced by AI. Fake digital identities can open accounts, move money, bypass detection systems. How it affects you. You pay an invisible price: higher housing costs, reduced public services, economic inequality. Developing countries lose trillions annually due to laundering and tax evasion. According to UN estimates, this money could save 3 to 6 million lives through healthcare funding. Final thought. We are fighting this using AI, analyzing millions of transactions per second. But the most important weapon is your awareness.